Good morning, good morning. Alright, so today, oh my lord, there's a jet. I can hear him coming. Anyways, so today we got a lot of stuff going on with the E30 M3. So what we're gonna do today is ABS delete, rear hardline delete, front hardline delete, chase bays conversion in the front, Vanos line, and power steering, also from chase bays, and a lot, basically just all chase bays hydraulics today. So we got a lot going on. I'm gonna try and do a time lapse. I don't know how the camera's gonna work with all the heat and stuff like that, though it's starting to cool off, so it might not overheat. I got a Sony, it just does that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and set it up on a charger, do a time lapse while we get all this done. Hopefully get some cool footage. Get to use the lift, kind of excited. Always love doing that. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're gonna start off with the master cylinder delete. This is pretty simple. This takes it from a vacuum assisted brake to a manual assisted brake, aka your leg is now doing all the work. And this is not the most ideal setup for this application, but this is where we're going to start until we get a full like pedal box or something of that. So this is going to be a one master cylinder kind of setup for your brakes, and then another, I don't want to say dangerous part, but we're going to be feeding from the same reservoir for our clutch. So if our brakes go out, so does our clutch. Yeah, you better pucker up for that. Oh well. Then we got our power steering kit, and we have our lines for the brake delete, and I believe that might be a proportioning valve or something in there. So yeah, we got everything ready. So let's start installing things. I'm gonna start with the master cylinder delete, this boy right here. So let's get to it. So I just encountered our first challenge of the day. So when this car was redone, the firewall, I assume, was fixed, or at least some of the metal was. I don't know if you can see this, but these holes don't really line up right. So there's a section, come on, this is definitely not going to focus. I don't even know why I'm trying. Basically, there's two sections of metal in here, and I believe one is not quite original, and the holes are 1 or 2 millimeters out from the original piece of metal to the new piece of metal in height. So what I'm gonna have to do is Dremel down a little bit of the outer metal. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Coming back over here, we have the master with the first bolt installed. Looks pretty clean so far. The only thing I can notice right now is we're gonna have to trim this beautiful firewall, like the plastic material or the rubberized material, and like I can't even see like a tear besides this bottom corner, which is like small. So this thing is incredibly clean, especially as we do more work to this thing. I'm excited to see it come along. So I'm gonna grind down the rest of the holes. Probably won't film that, just so we can mount this. Gonna line this up with maybe like an Sharpie, and then use an X-Acto knife to get it out. So that's my game plan for now. Gonna focus on this, get it hooked up to the clevis, and then gonna move forward to removing the ABS module and the existing hard lines, and then installing the new ones, along with power steering and the rest of the brake lines. Fun. Let's get it.
got the M3 back up on the lift, and this is what we're looking at right now as far as chase bays go. There's a lot of stuff in the way, but we got pretty much everything as far as the hard lines immediately mounted. The proportion valve is kind of on there. I still got to cinch back the rest of the bolts, but I started on the brake lines. I got the driver's side caliper done. I'm gonna start working on doing everything else. It's a lot of stuff. So we're not gonna do the power steering today. I'm gonna wait until the motor's probably in for that, or at least about to go in. So that and that Vanos line, turns out we don't need it. So this is pretty much it for today. I did notice chase bays updated the brake booster as opposed to the one on my BMW. And yeah, I kind of like this one a little bit better. It's got a nice looking banjo bolt instead of a threaded 90-degree. And now the bias valve mounts at a horizontal angle instead of a vertical angle attaching to this. So a little bit of changes in the routing. I actually kind of like how this looks better, but still just not a huge fan of how it has to come down kind of like in between the steering shaft and then run along the sway bar to the other side. Yeah, they basically said use zip ties to hold it, so I gotta think of something better. Other than that, let's continue on. Alright, so I think I mentioned that that's pretty much it for today. The back lines actually look really good. Let me show you. They already have braided lines, so that's going to make things nice and easy. The hard lines look good. All the soft lines were replaced with the actual braided stainless steel lines, which is actually a nice surprise for a change. So everything was done pretty well in this car from what I can see. Just some small things I'm not super happy with, like just random zip ties, but hey, if it works, it works. I just want to be top to bottom on this. So yeah, gonna call it quits there. Thanks for watching. If you feel like it, like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Probably not the world to me, but yeah, it would make me happy. So do what you please. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.